Well, at Square One Law, we support a range of dynamic and exciting entrepreneurial businesses. And I would like to share with you the story of Nursem, one of those businesses that we've been supporting.
Nursem was originally sort of founded by my wife and myself. Antonia, my wife, is a paediatric nurse and she's been qualified for about 10 years. When she was newly qualified, she had a couple of weeks off work because her hands were basically so badly damaged from washing them so frequently at work that she was told to take a couple of weeks off. And I was thinking, how much must that cost the NHS? It doesn't take that many people to have the same problem before it starts to become quite a big. And really, from my perspective, I looked at it and thought, well, if you could create something that you can use throughout the day, little and often, that it's not a miracle cure, but will basically keep your hands in a really good condition so that never becomes a problem for you when you're working a long shift. That was the starting point. But the most important part of Nursem really is our Nursem Promise. The reason that we've created the Nursem Promise is for every single product that we sell, we then provide a month's worth of free hand care to a nurse, a midwife or another healthcare professional in the NHS. And the reason that we did that was because at the very start it was around helping nurses, and we realised that actually if we can provide it for free, then that has the most impact that it could possibly have. And then we got to a point where we were starting to get interest from the big retailers, pharmacy chains, and it was at that point that I realised that I've got one shot to make it work. I need to get people in to help. As for Nursem's involvement with Square One Law, I think they've done a fantastic job over the last few months, especially the work that they've done on the recent fundraising. Basically, I made an initial phone call to Jill, and she actually helped to form the company back in the early days. And I said I needed some help because we were doing this fundraising, and she put me in touch with Mark, and Mark and Max have been sort of holding my hand over the last few months. There's some serious comfort that you get with working with a company like Square One, in that you don't have to second guess the advice that you're getting, and you know it's the best. I guess if I was starting from scratch and I had to sort of tell myself or another entrepreneur, who's doing this, I would say make the product as or your service as good as it can possibly be. No amount of money can mask a subpar product. And then I think the last thing is not to give up and have a bit of, I guess, grit. I know your friends and family will probably tell you to go and get a real job, and you'll see everyone buying lovely, nice, fancy things, but if you can avoid that temptation, then it'll pay dividends in the long run.